Back in September, the Steamers lost a shootout in their first matchup against the Voyagers. Can Virginia Beach do it again? Find out next on Madden Football.
At the southern tip of the Chesapeake Bay, EA Sports brings you coverage of the National Football League from Virginia Beach here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here, as it'll be the Steamers of Louisville taking on the Voyagers of Virginia Beach. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here with you. And Charles, we look at this Virginia Beach team entering this game.
They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
Meanwhile, for the visitors, Louisville,
they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown!
So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for a team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
This fielded right at the goal line. And bulldozing his way through. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice, because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Throwing now, Stewart. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that
running back, it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Charles, Thursday night game,
I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 21-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw here.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Stewart sets to throw.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago, 14 carries, 51 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Yeah, they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Play action. Stewart. The catch is made by Ellington. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Here's Stewart to throw it. That's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Steamers are back within a score.
Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. These are his numbers from last week's count. Shy of 100.
And he's number 6 in the league in receiving yards, and he plays for his team first. But he also, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, if I can get into the top 5, that might affect his bonus in his contract.
Get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll set up. They'll look to throw here on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Harrison. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
At the 24-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there.
His third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Voyagers are able to stretch out their lead.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here's Louisville set to take over on offense. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
An 8-yard pickup. And a Louisville first down.
Stewart. Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, it's Stewart. Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
They're going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken at the 46. After one, 17-7 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, it's our home team with possession. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Wagner. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd and 3. Looking middle, and that's complete. His first catch, good for 9 and the first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. And they'll run on the inside handoff. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
13-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
He'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. He'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wagner. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a...
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on, and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
And I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run, and everyone else stays ready, and they were, and they picked that one off.
Well, here's the Virginia Beach offense out and ready to go again. And really, you can't have a better situation than this. 1st and goal at the 1.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Voyagers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field, the fullbacks for the defense. They knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So here's Louisville set to take over on offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Stewart.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Virginia Beach offense set to take over. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season,
that crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, the Virginia Beach offense set to take over. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, they're going to want to try to get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On 2nd down now, Huffman, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at their 49-yard line.
Back to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
He finds his man, complete. It's Wagner. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 29-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Throw on the right side, complete to Harrison. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This will be caught at about the 6. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as that promises to be a tight one. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, on Sunday Night Football, those fans will be riled up, as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports?
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Going to go play action. Here's Stewart. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing now, Stewart. He finds his man, complete. That's George. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Stewart sets to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's George. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
This 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing out of the shotgun, it's Stewart. Over the middle, it's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and 2, Stewart able to find the open man. That's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on third down.
And that's complete. It's Allington. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down.
At the 17-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's George. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Here's Stewart to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Operating from the gun. Stewart. Touchdown! From 6 yards away. And the Steamers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know we're
across the 25 to the 27. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their